Hanging out in the PlayStation Lounge here at E3 once again here with Stuart, who's the game director on Wipeout 2048. I've been playing it a little bit, and you're showing off some pretty impressive technical stuff here with the PS3 and Vita compatibility.
Yeah, one of the things that PlayStation Vita has allowed us to do is to talk directly to PS3 games as well. So what we're demonstrating today is what a feature that we call crossplay. And crossplay allows owners of Wipeout 2048 on Vita to jump straight into games of Wipeout HD online, so you can play head-to-head competitively with PS3 owners over the PlayStation Network.
Could you tell us a little bit about the concept for 2048 and why you wanted to go back in time?
Yeah, so Wipeout 2048 is an actual prequel to the very first Wipeout. It's set 4 years before the release of the first game. And the idea is, rather than racing on real circuits, they raced on city streets. So what that's allowed us to do is we've actually made the tracks ever so slightly wider and smoother, so that new players to the game can jump in and enjoy Wipeout really quickly and see how beautiful it looks and how the fast-paced combat gameplay is. But it's also allowed us then, in time, to actually have Wipeout's fastest ever speed class. Because the tracks are slightly wider and smoother. So we actually have a mode called Super Phantom, where the hardcore fans are gonna get a real kick because it's the fastest Wipeout we've ever made.
And in addition to that, you're also adding a lot of alternate routes to the levels and things like that. And sort of, how does that change up the Wipeout gameplay?
It's really interesting. We have a concept they're called skill cuts rather than shortcuts or alternate routes. So you have the main route, which should be slightly easier, and then a skill cut, which is actually really quite difficult, but it will shave half a second or a second off the lap. So until you feel really confident with the ships, you can take the safe route. But when you feel really good and you really got into the game, you can take the skill cut to shave a bit of time off your lap. Now, the other thing that the tracks really give you is that we've split the weapons pads into two types. So you'll notice when you're playing, you actually get an orange and a green weapon pad rather than just the one type in previous Wipeouts. The green pads give you defensive weapons, shields and mines to slow the guys down behind you. And the orange pads give you attacking weapons, missiles and cannons, and the Quake weapon. So then you have to use a little bit of strategy in your play. Which weapon pad do I aim for based on my race situation? Do I need to take the skill cut to catch up with someone? Am I comfortably in the lead? Should I just hang out with a shield? We've still got the high-speed, wing-to-wing thrills of a Wipeout game, but we've just a little dash of strategy into the game as well.
That's a really nice touch, because it really means that you choose yourself what kind of weapon you're getting, rather than sort of relying on a little bit of random, a little bit based on what position you're at the moment.
Right. Yeah, because in some games, you're in last place, and you come around the last corner, and you pick up a weapon, you think, awesome, and you get some mines, right? And it's like, well, that's no use to me, So, here the player can aim for which pad he wants. Maybe you're just going to get the Quake weapon on the last corner. You can take out 3 guys and you get yourself a decent finishing position. So hopefully it'll mix up the game, and players are going to really enjoy doing it.
And obviously, we're all familiar with Wipeout and what that is, but the PS Vita is something entirely new. Can you tell us a little bit about what that affords you, and in terms of controls and so on?
Sure. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice with PlayStation Vita, right? It just looks amazing. It's such a beautiful game, and it's a brilliant, brilliant piece of technology. It's the easiest PlayStation to work for, and as you can see, we're racing through city streets and down skyscrapers, and it's hitting a beautiful smooth frame rate with loads of rendering effects and loads of shaders. But on top of just the sheer graphical power and the beautiful screen, we also support both the front touch interface and the rear touch interface during gameplay. We also use the front camera, which is my favorite feature, whereas at the start of every online session, you take a photo of yourself, and then at the podium at the end of the race, every player gets to see the top 3 racers, see what they look like. And if you win the race by enough time, it actually pops up a little window and allows you to record a 2-second video of you celebrating your victory, so that all the other guys can watch it when they're done. So that's good fun. And then we use the rear-facing camera as well. So our gallery, where you get to look at all your unlocks in the game, is actually going to be done via augmented reality. Yeah, so you can get really in close to the ships you've unlocked, open up their air brakes, fire off some weapons, and really get to see your ships and tracks in a new way to previous Wipeouts. So all in all, with 2 touch screens, the front and rear camera, the gyroscopes and the tilt, and the sheer power of it, we can make games that we've never been able to make before on any console format or any touch-based device. So we're very lucky and humbled to be able to work on such a cool machine.
And then one final question. I know it's not official when it launches, but is Wipeout being targeted for a launch title?
That's right. Wipeout will definitely be a launch title, be available day one. So when you buy your Vita, go pick up a copy of Wipeout and hopefully you'll have a good time with it.